Good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the 2018 Travelers Ontario Curling Championship, being held here at the KW Granite Club in Waterloo, Ontario. My name is Mary Chilvers and I am joined here this afternoon by my co-host Barb Williamson. Good afternoon, Barb.
Good afternoon, Mary, and thank you for the kind words. It's a pleasure to be here with you and the entire TSL crew for our first Curl On event of the season.
So we're just getting into draw 6 here, I believe.
Yep.
Today at 12:30 this afternoon. So we're going to start out here by just having a quick look at the standings, Barb.
The ladies are broken into two pools of 5 teams, and we can see from our graph here that Team Shields sit alone at 3-0 at the top of the standings, and they happen to be on our feature sheet this afternoon, so we'll get to see how their round robin rounds out. Following Team Shields is Team Hogan. They are at 2-1. Then we have Team Bakewell sitting at 1-1. Team Mazarol is at 1-2, and Team McCormack round out the Group A standings. There's also a Group B, ladies, and we have Team Philpott sitting alone at 3-0 atop of those standings, and she's actually playing her final game, so her round robin will end after this game. Team Harvey is as well undefeated at 2-0, and they are actually playing each other. Team Cochrane sits at 2-1. Team Martinique is at 0-3. Similarly, Team Morrow at 0-3.
So on our featured sheet this afternoon, representing the York Curling Club, we have skipped Lori Shields, along with her team of third Lisa Rolfe, second is Samantha Fuller, and the lead is Nadine Simpson. And they're going to be going up against the team from the Highland Country Club, skipped by Marika Bakewell. Playing third from Marika is Lisa Moore, the second is Brandy Povitz, and their lead is Michelle Vandenberg. Just finishing up second practice here. See who gets hammer in this first end of play. Quickly, we can update everyone on the men's standings at this point. So in Group A, we have Tim Meadows at 2-0. William Blad is at 2-1. And then we have Alexander, Harris, and Lawson all at 1-2. And in Group B, we have Todd Brandwood and Matt Dupuis are at the top of the heap at 2-1. And then we have Matt Ignore is at 1-1, and Dave Kutanosh and Jason Hogan are at 1-2. And we do have a few men's games out there this afternoon as well.
Yeah, some really important games here. Some of it's their last. Some have this one and one more to play later on today. So we'll quickly just go through the games that are slated for this draw 6. On sheet A, we have Team Harris from the club at North Halton taking on Team Alexander from the Grimsby Curling Club. On sheet B, we have Bill Blad from the Rideau Curling Club versus Team Meadows from the Thornhill Club. On sheet C, as I mentioned, we have those two undefeated teams in the ladies section. Team Philpott from Milton Curling Club taking on Team Harvey from the Cornwall Curling Centre. Over on sheet E, we have Team Coutanche from the Richmond Hill Curling Club taking on Team Dupuis from the Cornwall Curling Centre. And finally, over on sheet F, we have Team Hogan from the Peterborough Curling Club taking on Team Ignore from the Stratford Country Club. We'll try and keep you updated on all those scores. If you want to follow along on the Curl On website, they're also there.
Yeah, going to be a pivotal draw here today. Just waiting to see here who has hammer. We didn't see the draws to the button here.
Almost set to go here. Skips are making their way down. And it looks like Team Shields got the hammer.
Yeah, so Team Shields does have hammer here in the first end. Shields being Red Rocks.
And here we go, Mary. We're underway.
Okay, top four is okay.
So these teams will finish off round robin play on a draw at 4:30 today, which we will be covering.
Really
And then they'll proceed to their banquet this evening, and the finalists will play off in the semifinal tomorrow morning. There are some possibilities for tiebreakers, I believe, Mary.
There always is.
So we'll see how the day goes. We'll be joining you again tomorrow with the semifinals and the men's and ladies finals.
So if there are ties for playoffs, they will have go head-to-head first. And if, for example, there's three teams tied and they've all beaten each other, it is a draw to the button. Yeah, so all three of the teams would go out, a draw to the button to get the bye, and the other two would have to play the first tiebreaker.
You know what would be tricky is if you're done now, if this is your last game, and you had to go throw a draw to the button after the 4:30 draw.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been on the ice for...
Yeah.
Hard, Brandy. Yep.
So it looks like we're going to play a little bit of open-endedness here.
Target shooting.
It's a good day to be inside watching TSL live stream these games. The weather is pretty crappy all around here.
Careful, guys. Squeaky again, Elise. Good wait, Nadine.
This is the first curl-on event of the season. And Title Sports Live will be covering all the Ontario Championships
No.
this season, so make sure you check the Curl-On website to see the dates of those
Clean.
events.
Good. Sorry. Oh. Wow. Stay close. Sure, yeah. Wow, clean. Good. Good draw, Sam.
First time on this sheet for both of these teams. I haven't really been watching the other sheets. I don't know if they're all running kind of similar.
We actually haven't heard any comments.
No.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Clean. Clean. Yep. Clean. Nice throw, Brandy.
But they will be playing the playoffs on our sheet, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's good if you do get a game in on this sheet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Nadine. Roll it out a little if you can, Lise. Nose. Good throw.
We'll be keeping everyone updated on all the sheets out here today. I'm sure there's some friends and relatives watching carefully, wanting to know how their friends are doing.
Have it all for you here.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa! Clean. Brandy, clean. Yep, yep. Nice throw. Yep. Yeah, Nadine. Hard, Nadine. Clean, 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 clean only. Good. Throw.
Pretty open end here in the first. This is the first actually game where we've seen such an open end.
Yeah, nothing yet. Off! Brandy!
A lot of ladies teams will play the first end this way.
Hard to stay. Hard, hard, hard. Okay.
Gives them a chance to read the ice for draw weight. I find that teams spend their entire practice trying to find draw weight for the draw to the button to earn hammers. So this gives them a chance to see how rocks are tracking in a takeout.
Yeah.
Nadine. Nadine. No roll, no roll, no roll. Okay, try. Other side.
The format for this competition is 2 pools, 5 teams each. Everybody plays everyone in their pool.
Maybe a little bit
And
more.
the top 2 teams, after all tiebreakers, if there are any, are completed,
Not getting any curl.
will go to a playoff. So 4 teams will make the playoffs. They'll have 2 semifinal games and then the championship match.
Line.
And those 2 winners will represent Ontario in Miramichi, New Brunswick, around the middle of November.
It's the same as last game.
So they're earning themselves a trip to a national
walk
event
into the house.
by winning this Travelers competition.
Sam was pretty up on one of hers.
I was lucky enough to work at the championship, the national championships, when they hosted it in
Clean it.
Ottawa, and it truly is. These curlers are so excited to be at a national, representing their
Lots of
province.
curl.
Their families and their friends are there, and it's really pretty special.
I gotta sand. That's fine.
Sometimes it's more fun in these competitions for the family and friends than it is for the players. I was talking to Danielle Inglis, who just became the reigning mixed world champion. Her and Mike Anderson and Sean and Lauren
Yep.
Harrison won the
Same as we've been
Worlds
throwing
last weekend. And she said they had a contingent of 23 people go
Nice.
with them
Wow.
out west. Yeah. And she said they just had a ball.
Good.
You know, and it's really the icing on the cake when the team that you go to watch wins the whole thing. So
At home, like in Canada.
in Canada, yeah.
Sorry. All right, let's get a guard up there next time.
I know my parents followed me all over the place when I curled.
Yeah.
And all the parents, they just got, they just had so much fun. I envied them sometimes.
Let her roll.
They were having a beer, and you were.
And
on
we
there.
were on the ice curling.
Just nice. You like that?
We should just briefly touch on the time clocks. Each team gets 30 minutes of thinking time, which is the time they spend chatting about what the shot's going to be and make the player, the clock doesn't stop until the player crosses the back tee line.
Just nice normal.
So they have 30 minutes to do all that and 2 1-minute timeouts in the regulation of 8
This is that
ends.
spot, so please don't jump it.
If it goes to an extra, their clock is reset at 4 minutes, and they
I
get.
think it's actually 4.5.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is, which is good because I think you need a little extra time in an extra end. You know, it's
True enough.
usually a
And,
lot more discussion.
and also the format we should mention is still the 4-rock rule for this championship.
Right, yeah.
In case anybody's wondering
Hard.
why they're
Clean.
hitting rocks, and
Yep.
when everybody's trying to learn the 5-rock rule, this event is still being played under the 4-rock rule.
Sure. Yeah, ideally. I'll throw a little more.
And I guess the reason for that is because it's still considered a 2018 championship,
Right.
And I did it a little.
even though it's our first of the year. It's the
I
last
need a
of the
little more weight.
2018s.
Yeah, this provincial
almost stopped
gets
leaking.
played late in the year instead of, in February, March when all the other ones are being played.
Good end. Let's get a guard up there, though.
So last rock in the first end.
Your nose. It's fine.
Tried for the blank, but they're going to get a nose hit here. Take a point. So Lori Shields from York Curling Club takes a single point here. Score 1-0. With Team Bakewell from the Highland Country Club having hammer here in the second end.
So we'll see if they're going to continue on with their clean house approach or if they're going to get some rocks in play.
Yeah.
So we've been watching this sheet for this is our 6th game here, or I guess our 5th game.
No,
And
not deep.
we've noticed in all of the games that we've covered that the ice changes around the 6th end.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it starts out very fast. There's a good example of it there. Glides very well.
There's tons of movement in that turn they just threw.
So Marika's going to put up the corner guard.
Early. Lee says early.
Yeah, this was just thrown a little inside.
Hard. Wow. Okay.
But the weight is nice.
It's fine.
So Team Shields here will try and put this back in play in the top of the rings, I believe. So this is Nadine Simpson, the lead for the team from the York Curling Club.
Sliding.
Her proudest moment is being asked to join this team with only 2 years' experience.
Good weight.
So Marika is asking Michelle to take this rock out and roll over.
Whoa.
She could also just freeze to it.
No. Clean.
Floated it out a little bit, but it should
Yep.
come back.
Yep.
It's nice, quiet weight.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Good shot. No, this is good. Yep. Great sweep. sweep, Nadine. No roll. Cut. Good sweep.
Good opportunity here for Team Bakewell to draw one in here.
This is Brandy Povitz. Brandy has a lot on her resume here.
Close. Yep.
She won this championship out of Alberta
Hard
in
line.
2009.
Whoa. Sorry, I
She's
can't
played
hear
in
you.
the Nova Scotia Scotties and junior provincials.
That's all right.
And she's quite smart. She has a PhD in biochemistry and molecule biology.
Okay.
I could barely even say that, let alone learn it.
Samantha Fuller throwing second stones for Team Shields.
Need to bring the weight down, guys.
She wants to send a shout out to her father, Guy Ferlat, who lives in New Brunswick and patiently taught her how to curl. And also to her family, Andrew, daughters Sydney and Tamara.
Quicker than practice?
Well, Marika definitely has lots to work with here. The house is set up perfectly for her having last rock.
Just has to find that draw weight for this draw to the wings. First one was a little
Line's
heavy.
much better. Right to it, yep. Hard. Yep, hard. Really hard. Yep, hard.
That was
Good throw.
perfect weight. It just kind of cut hard as it
Sorry, she
came
fired
off
that
the
first
center
one,
line.
like, hard, so I just wasn't sure. What do you like? Here we can blast. This is going too. Nose is good. It's curling pretty good here. I think you need some ice. Yep. Hard for nose, come on.
This is Lisa Rolfe, the third for the team from
Good sweep, Sam.
York Curling
Shot,
Club.
Lise.
Wanting to say hello to husband Doug, son Liam, and two daughters, Dana and Kira.
Same thing?
So Lisa Moore will try to play the freeze here on this rock biting the forefoot.
Lots of room right now, but top four looks heavy. Yeah, Brandy. Whoa, whoa. There's hot. Beauty.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Nose again. Go like this. Cut. Yep. Whoa. No, neither. It's good.
Notice she changed the turn on that shot.
Okay. Sorry.
She wasn't liking that The way that outturn was moving from the center to the wings, so
We should have been able to nose it instead too. I thought it was going to snap.
So Lisa Moore wants to say hi to her husband Joel and her parents Jim and Joan. Apparently are watching us right now. And also to daughters Alana and Melanie, who probably are not watching right now.
Hard! Hey, this is walking, eh? Crazy.
there's a lot of curl in this
I
path.
don't know. We're curling too much here. Get it back, please. Okay.
Again, that was the perfect weight. Just not getting the right line here on these shots.
They're going to keep playing over here. Need more ice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ideally we're here, right?
Like if you get too far over, it doesn't come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Ideally,
the
that's
team,
where we are, but I don't want to be here.
Shields team are sitting 2 right now. But they are behind the tee line. They want to put something up front here just to prevent these freeze attempts.
Is that enough?
Or
Edge
you
of
throw
4?
them.
I shouldn't look one way and go another, right?
Fix our rocks. Try to keep them in the
Just
order.
bite the top 8. What do you guys want? Okay, so faster than practice.
I guess that's what they're struggling with here.
Just
Mary,
going
the
back
ice is
sideways.
way faster than practice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Which rock is this? It feels funny too. Is it just me? No.
So this is Skip Laurie Shields, representing the York Curling Club.
I like lots.
And she would like to say hello to her son, Thomas.
Mine's good.
Behind it. Good draw.
Good judge. Great judge. Great judge.
Check that ice.
It's sliding, man. That's really sliding.
You hung those, so they're out wide enough for swing for a bit before it took off, right?
Top 4.
What
do you think here?
Last game that was light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like back 8's okay. Probably need to bury it. But.
So Marika,
So hair last.
2005-07 OVAA champion as a skip. 2005 bronze Canadian University. 2007 silver at the Canadian Universities. At 07 mixed Ontario champ
Lots
junior.
of line. No line.
And a 2011 Ontario
Turn hard.
Scotties
Whoa.
participant. That's too bad.
Block the draw pass, eh? Yeah, we're gonna make this. I'm gonna make this as hard as possible.
I didn't really
Our
see
other
that
battery's
throw.
trying to
Was
get a better
she
one.
tight on that one?
Yeah.
I didn't see it either. She did cut down her ice from the hack and then came up a little light, so not a
Would
good
it make more
combination.
sense to throw the draw to the back of the pack?
Oh. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Do you think we have enough room to
Surprised
get
it
by?
curled
Like,
that
is
much.
it really curls up the end?
Yeah.
I think it's
There's lots of room, but
I feel like we have like the wrong people sweeping
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, I'm like what?
just bite the 8, no more than that, right? Ideally, I'd like to stay splitting center.
I don't know, because like
I
yours
think
didn't
this
curl
is
that,
faster.
but you were like more in the
Okay.
track. I think as the further you get out, the more curl it has.
So we just heard Laurie say she'd like this to be biting the top 8, somewhere around the center line, to make the draw for the single more difficult.
This is not good.
She could, Marika could be facing 4 with her last.
Yeah. This one's light.
Hard!
So I think the problem here for both teams is they were playing more to a little bit more to the wing this entire end where it is faster. Now they're out here where we've seen
I
all
don't
week
think
that
it's quite
it's
as fast there.
yeah, it's not as fast in this spot, and it curls.
Well, and they played almost the entire end with those draw shots to the wings. Like they wore down that path well.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, to go to a
Try
fresh
that.
path,
Mm-hmm.
huge,
So do you want
huge
the same
difference.
weight? Yeah. Let's make it. Ten. All you.
Just needs half of the 8-foot here.
Hard then.
This is digging in.
Okay. Looks like a score of 3.
Big steal.
Yeah, so I think it's a steal of 3 points here for the Shields team. That would put them up 4-0 going into our third end.
We'll quickly do some updates here. Team Alexander leads Team Harris by a score of 2-0. Team Blad are up 2-0 on Team Meadows. Team Harvey just gave up a 3-ender. It's now 3-1 in favor of Team Philpott.
5!
As we just mentioned, our sheet is 4-0. Team Coutanche is up 1-0 on Team Dupuis. Team Hogan took 3 and are up by that margin on Team Ignore.
Great sweep, guys. Good. You see my father pacing around in there. What's that? I see my father pacing around in there. How many? Okay. That was definitely a slower path, like that I threw down too. Yeah.
Early. It's gonna over
Good
curl.
job anyway. Yeah, I think so. I made a shot.
Just to me. Yeah. It's good.
Little top's okay.
See Team Shields just wanting to play in the rings here. 4-0 lead.
Yeah, lots of room. That's closing. It's too hot, eh? Yeah. We're by. Through. Yep, good try.
Does it hang around? Just. Little nibbler on the back.
So another corner guard going to go up here.
There's lots of game left. She doesn't have to be too concerned.
Yeah.
She can get her deuce here and get right back in this game.
Well, then go T-line.
This is another example of throwing to the wings and how much quicker it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy.
You're sweeping this right in. Is that what she called?
No, but
Fine.
they let her know that it was
Oh,
heavy.
okay, okay.
So she said to sweep it to the tee. Laurie Shields' dad just checked in with us to let us know he was watching the game.
Oh,
We heard Lori say she could see you pacing back here.
Great throw. Good sweep.
This? All right, I like it with control.
Possibility here for a little hit and roll.
Yeah, I think it's so early in the end, though. Just come around this corner guard. Don't worry about removing it. It's easier to draw there than to hit and roll
Lisa,
there.
yep, yes.
This is probably going to end up on the nose.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, there's a couple of jam possibilities here that would help Marika out.
Yep. Whoa! Whoa! Good. Good. It just curled.
Did you throw
Don't
this
worry
in
about it.
practice?
Good.
Did you throw this in practice? Is that okay?
So again, the house is set up really nicely for Marika and her team from the Highland Country Club to try to generate a couple of points. Would love to get around this corner guard.
Lisa then. Lisa, hard. Hard, Lisa. Right back, far as it goes. Right back, hard. Right back, go, go, go.
Really nice weight. Just a bit too much ice for that shot.
Yep. Clean, clean. Roll it out, roll it out, roll it out. It's fine. Just roll this.
It's the same opportunity here, so she's cut the ice down quite a bit.
Line's great. Is it through? It's curling.
It's got to slow down.
Okay.
You peel that guard.
I don't mind that.
Peel that guard before she does sink one behind it.
Yep. Any roll, guys. Right over, right over, right over. Good sweep.
It's well done. The Shields team are playing really, really well here. It's still a bit of a corner, and then Marika's going to take a chance and go try and put another one
And then it really tracked.
in behind cover.
Where?
Wasn't sure if it was peeled or.
Lots of line. Wait only. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard to get by. Hard.
But it was.
Go, go, go. Hard. Go, go, go.
I think we hit the rack.
Good sweep.
Yeah, our hair outside. I don't mind rolling the shooter out, right?
Good.
This was the one I threw in the first, right? I curled a
What
bit.
we're doing with my first. Like corner freeze to the side one tap.
That was a good looking shot. It just needed a couple of more feet of weight.
Ah, firm control.
Yeah, this is a pretty routine hit
I want to go right to normal.
Maybe. I guess it's
to remove that yellow rock.
I don't know how to touch it.
Yeah,
so
half
it's
is
like,
good, 3/4 is good. Roll a shooter
you could
out
waste
if
everything.
you can.
It doesn't look like with that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's probably what I would play. But.
Good sweep, guys. My calf did it again. My leg did it again.
I think if it's behind the tee line, you have to bury it.
They still have a chance here, Mary, for Skip's deuce.
I was
Yeah, they do.
like, oh,
Marika's been facing a few every time she's up to throw.
tightening so much, it's pulling my foot up off the air. That was the first one I felt it.
I think if we're behind the tee, we want to make sure it's buried.
Not sure if this might be a little too much ice. It's going to be out in the fresh stuff here.
A little off.
Brandy.
Well, if it's anything like any of the other games, it'll start to curl now, as soon as it gets to the hog line, and finish hard.
Hard. Yes, hard.
Pick it. I like it with control.
I took some off though. Did you hear me say that? Nope. Right away, I was like, I took some off.
It's a really nice shot by Marika.
Good
You
judge.
guys like picking it?
It is, and
That
she kind
works.
of mentioned to her sweepers that if it's going to be behind the tee line, let's make sure it's buried. And
Some off.
it's a pretty nice looking shot. Lori's going to make a pass at it, try and pick it out. She could see probably half.
Another half
Yeah,
rock.
just keep an eye on that center liner.
Nadine.
Should be okay.
Yeah, nice throw.
Good shot.
Yep.
And again, Marika's drawing against a few here for a single point.
Good news is she just threw it.
Yeah. She should know the speed here and the line.
Yep. Just look up.
Really needing to make this shot, even though it's only for one. It keeps her in the game.
Brandy, then. Where are we?
They don't need to worry about line.
Nope.
They just need it in the rings to 8 foot.
Well,
Looks good. Very nice shot.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah, so yellow is on the board here. Takes a single point. Score here is now 4-1 for the Shields team. And Shields does have the hammer.
anywhere up front. Curling now. Yep.
So
Hard. It's good.
Bakewell through first. Bakewell through the first rock.
Sure.
She just threw the wrong rock, so they're going to switch it. You're very observant because I did not even notice that.
I need.
Oh, they've thrown the wrong
Yeah,
rock.
wrong rock thrown here. Neither one of us noticed it. The players didn't notice it. It was the TSL crew that noticed it.
It happens all the time, right?
Our buddy O'Neill noticed. Why are they throwing the wrong color rocks?
Is that right?
He did, yes.
Good eye, O'Neill.
Sorry, we've been red the whole time, so.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's a championship for club curlers, right?
There you go.
Happens all the time to us.
Loves ya.
Mine's a little tight. Looks hot. It's really hot.
So let's quickly do some updates here. Team Alexander are off to a great start there over on sheet 1. They are up by a score of 6-0 over Team Harris.
Oh, we were probably going to turn around and throw theirs, right?
In the game on sheet B, score is tied at 2-2 between Team Blad and Team Meadows. Big game there. They're both at 2 wins. On sheet C, Team Harvey rebounded with a nice deuce to tie that game up at 3 with Team Philpott.
Tight. Tight.
Game on sheet
Not in though.
E between Team
Curling
Dupuy
now.
and Team Coutanche. The score is now 3-2 in favor of Team Coutanche. It's a big game for Team Dupuy. They're sitting at 2 wins. That's where I'm
Great
thinking
one.
these tiebreakers could come into play. It's such a short round robin
It
with
is,
only
yeah.
4 games. And over on sheet F, we are all tied up at 3 between Team Hogan and Team Ignore.
Room. 4, 5, room. No. Not that deep, guys. Lots of room. Lots of room.
Here comes the curl.
Fillet. Just fillet. Just fillet. Just fillet. Good.
Little tap's okay. Lots of line. Whoa. Lisa's rock. We have no line.
You will in a minute.
Good.
Throw.
Don't give up. So Samantha was born in St. Bruno, Quebec. Now lives in Newmarket, like skiing and traveling along with curling.
Drop.
Barry, what's a curling blunder?
Throws needed.
Let's see what I can come up with.
Where? All right, to the back's fine. Close. Lisa. Yep, hard. Hard, it's gotta be here, hard. Okay.
It's a great shot.
See any of that?
So Lori's just going to peel this guard, which is a great call, being up 3 points with hammer.
Hard. Hard, you're holding it. Come on. Okay, that's fine. Good.
Good shot. Opens up the front.
Yeah, the first one you just rolled over a little. The first one you just rolled over a little. Okay. Yeah. That worked pretty well, actually.
This?
That one worked pretty well.
I can't.
So Marika is not sitting shot rock, but it's still her in the end. She needs to get another
Sorry?
guard on this situation.
Yeah, I don't mind freezing or guarding.
She needs
now,
to
like,
steal here or at
freezing
least
or,
limit
like,
the scoring
top
to
bars
1.
are bad. Okay.
She doesn't want to let this Shields team get too far ahead of her. So they talked about either the freeze or the guard. Not sure what they settled on. With that ice, I'm going to say the freeze.
I was going to say the guard.
Oh, really?
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the freeze with that release.
Whoa, then. There's no line.
That's a very unforgiving spot out there.
Brandy. Hard. Hard. Get it by. Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Okay.
I think she had too much ice for the freeze. Because that weight was not too bad.
I think it was darn close.
Yeah.
Yes! Whoa! Whoa!
Sorry.
No, I wasn't sure if it was going to get that or not. Charlie.
So Lisa had to step in as skip for the first 2 games of this event because their regular skipper, Laurie Shields, wasn't available.
we
And
didn't
she
even
was
tap
so
it.
relieved with that they came out of it with 2 wins.
I bet, eh? It's a lot of pressure.
She works at the York Curling Club. She said, I spend lots of time at the rink.
Whoa.
Trying the freeze here again.
Whoa. Whoa, I don't know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Just bounced off a bit there.
Tough spot.
Freeze is such a delicate, difficult shot.
I like nose. Nose are just there, in. No.
Would like to hit this on the nose and stay right there.
She got a little full. It's floated a little bit on her.
Okay. Finally.
All right.
Well, that changes things.
I'll say.
So I don't know if it's just my rocks that are
Got a little out with
floating.
it, yeah.
Like I want to put the broom here. Yeah, you think so? Yeah. So what am I throwing here? Right here.
I don't think she can guard the whole situation, though. She needs a real big rock to do that.
Not like they're sitting floor buried or something.
Probably a good shot would be
throwing
angled frozen on the
Halfway?
one that's top 8
shot.
center line,
Yep.
and then it takes away both
Yeah.
Any promotion, yeah.
run backs
I
or
don't know,
whatever.
it's a tricky spot, so
Mind you, those yellows are just going to jam on each other.
Don't kill it.
Take 2 shots to get shot here.
Easy. You got to get to center, so.
And it's not a big deal for Lori to give up a steal
Yeah,
of
but
1.
2 shots to get shot, though, right?
She'll still be in
Hard
full
to
control
tell.
of the game.
Throw another guard, right?
Where are we? Whoa.
I don't know why we weren't sweeping that.
Any way to. There's no way to.
Even sweeping that. Yeah.
Not the way.
Yeah. Should have swept it. Sorry, we didn't. She and I should
So
have
if
talked
we
about
blast, are we going to give them
sweep.
a way to get a second one in? I like blasting it, personally. Yeah. Yeah. This one's curling pretty good, eh?
If they blast,
It's
it may be
we
just the
don't- we
back
don't have to
yellow
get that
leaves.
close to the guard,
What's
right?
that?
If they blast here, the back yellow will go. Everything else will probably stay.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, everything, but they'd like to get rid of
The
that
yellow's not going anywhere. so-
back
Backing.
yellow. And if Marika doesn't make a good shot, then they will have a shot for a few.
You shouldn't really have to
It's not
worry
gonna
about
be
the guard that
31,
Marika
but-
just put up. Sounds like Lori's going to be throwing some weight here.
Yeah, she's going to throw another guard, and I have to figure out what I'm going to do. Keep the weight up here.
No, I'm gonna need a break.
Seems to be a lot of curl.
That needs to curl to touch anything.
Ah. Oh, yeah?
The guard on the other side.
Sorry, guys.
Sure.
I'd say that would pretty much guarantee Marika stealing a point here now.
It's called Sam. I'm trying to
Yeah.
rub it off that, but I'm like,
Because that yellow rock's not going anywhere.
over. Like I just went
Halfway.
I just don't know.
Halfway.
That's fine.
It's line. Okay. Just a hair less.
Guards the hole.
Well, to stay in the, to make this game close, Marika really needed a steal here, and it looks like she's if she can put up a good guard here, she will have accomplished that.
Really tight on the guard. They might be able to give them two.
Sorry.
I don't know.
This is a spot that just curls and dies.
Hard to get it over.
Even if she doesn't make this, I still don't think the other team has a shot.
Yeah,
They
not
don't.
with that backing.
No.
Yeah, I got to
So-
wait if I'm doing
Okay.
It's really not the end of the world for Team Shields. Give up one here.
Is it going anywhere?
It's a good thing for Team Bakewell, though.
Like- So this one's not really going to move. That one's still going to be shot.
Yeah, I'm
just worried
fighting
that I
with my
could
leg
pick
right
this
now.
up.
I just don't have the feel. Yeah.
We don't get a better angle with that
I
one,
need
right?
to stretch.
Oops, we just had somebody fall down on sheet E here.
Okay. I need to look at it from the hack to decide on the weight.
Last year when we were covering the seniors, a gentleman fell and broke his arm in the first
I had
end.
a wide open draw the second.
Yeah, I know. I was there playing. I remember.
Not.
And he's about 6'6".
Yeah.
He has a long way
Finish that
down.
guard, we might be okay.
Yeah.
Just went to step up on the backboards and just
Yeah.
misjudged it.
We'll try.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous game.
Especially when you're a senior. You gotta watch where you're walking.
Hit one. I can't get shot the other way, so
She's trying to pick this
we'll
out.
see how.
Just run off.
I don't think she can hurt herself, so she might as well try it.
Wow!
She's close.
I think she's got the back one.
Very nice try, though. Okay, so a steal for this team from the Highland Curling Club. Score now is going to be 4-2 for
Quick
Yeah,
break.
yeah.
the Bakewell team.
Water.
We're at the end of the fourth here.
Looks like Laurie's coming down, and they may take a
Looks
short
like
break.
they're going to take a break, so we're going to also go to a break. We will be back in a few.
leave it.
And welcome back to
All
this
right. It's okay.
draw 5 of this Ontario Championship.
It's, yeah, I don't know.
We are currently playing the
Carry on.
5th end
Maybe can
of this
somebody
game with
put
Bakewell
do you have Tylenol in your purse?
up against Shields.
Can you leave one up by my water bottle for me? What? I don't know. I took 2 before.
Shields is leading by 2 with
Give me 2.
Hammer.
Clean, clean. Good sweep.
I think a guard.
So all the teams are through the 4th end. We'll give you some updates here. On sheet 1, I had mentioned that Team Alexander were up 6-0, and lo and behold, Team Harris cracked a big 4. So now that game
Really?
is 6-4.
Early if you can.
Wow. Right beside them, Team Blad are tied 2-2 with
Line's
Team
pretty
Meadows.
good, actually. Brandy's rock, though.
Team Harvey stole a big 3 points in the 4th end,
Yep.
and now lead that game 6-3
Whoa,
over
whoa,
Team
whoa.
Philpott.
Good.
Team Dupuis and Team Coutanche are tied at 3 each. And over on sheet F, we have Team Hogan up 4-3 over Team Ignore. The men's side is so tightly grouped. I'd be shocked if there's not a tiebreaker or 2.
Rim. Back to 12. Wow, look at it walk. Come on, guys. Good. Great sweep, guys. Good job.
Where? Wait only. Yep, yes! Yes, line! Hard, yes! Hard, yes! Hard, Michelle, hard! Yep, right back. Go, go, go. Okay. Good sweep, guys.
That was so close to being perfect.
Liz. Hard, Liz. Hard, Liz. Good sweep.
So Brandy just trying to draw through the port here and sit on that rock, sitting on the 4-foot.
Close, Lisa. Lisa. Hard, hard. Lisa. Yep, hard. That's fine.
A little too much weight on that.
That was heavy.
That was a tiny hole and she hit it.
Kind of like the peel. No.
So Lori asking Samantha here to peel this guard.
Get in.
is really good call.
Good throw.
Really good throw.
What do you like?
Good touch, Nadine.
I get here's okay.
Marika still has time even just to play center guards here. Let the other team, take a few more shots at the guards before coming in the rings.
Yeah, there's just that lonely center
Lots
there
of
now.
line right now.
And it's so tight to the rings as well.
Where? Brandy. Roll it. Roll it big. Go, 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 go. Yeah, hard.
That's exactly where she wanted it.
Good call.
What else you see?
Lisa Roll throwing the peel.
Just running that right in, eh?
Okay. Fine. Out of the way.
Now you might see a guard.
Where? Clean. Over and off. Over and off. It's fine.
Take that, it's fine.
It works. Yeah.
No!
Probably should have never worried about it.
They're going after that rock in the 8-foot. Needs to curl up a little bit to even to make contact with it.
No, 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 no,
She's
no,
got a
no.
slight piece.
Got it?
Good shot.
Right out. Okay, that's fine.
Do we ever get it with control? Yeah, I think you have to be really careful.
Problem
with
with-
the sweep. Like,
The
it's gonna,
problem
like,
with that
wiggle,
shot
wiggle.
is she's just
Like, curl,
opened
curl,
up
curl, but-
her own rock that's
That?
sitting on the
Really good.
4-foot.
They're really tracking on it.
That was quiet like a
Yeah, I think so.
Marika, just push this back, Marika.
So do you like control or do you like board?
Push
Yeah.
it out. And
And sit too.
sit
I mean,
two,
Yeah. I think we have to get to the nose.
half behind a guard.
I don't mind board. The hair.
Yeah, it didn't jam theirs and leave it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not horrible.
I'm thinking board. Yeah. You cannot touch this, Michelle. This is like a scary spot. It can curl, but if it backs off, it doesn't come back. So what do you think I'm throwing here? 6? All right. Let's hear it the whole way.
See them in baseball, the back catchers run them? Because they crouch all the time.
Whoa.
Wants to get to the nose, but I think she's
Whiz
on the
to
guard.
the nose at least. Yeah, it's not as straight as people think it is down there.
Yeah, I
There
agree.
is a spot where it will curl. That's a shame. She peeled her own center guard out.
Sam!
Just curled. I thought I threw it pretty nice.
I thought she threw it well also, but
Yeah,
So,
decent
well,
weight
it
as
was
well.
going that
So
way, right?
she convinced herself, though, and her sweepers, that it wasn't going to move.
yeah,
No,
I think if
really
that
just
that
went
might
the
be
way
the
I
case
like.
if you were a little closer to the edge of the forefoot,
yeah.
but not so close to center.
Yeah, keep the shooter.
It's like the center line's a magnet.
How's that? Or more. Yeah. Anybody remember from practice how this spot curls?
It's a tough question. Yeah, she's just asking her sweepers, what's this going to do from practice? That's a long time ago.
We want to get it into the
I
12
agree.
spot.
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry, that's the skip's job.
Watch where the shooter goes. Same speed.
She was just maybe just looking for a confirmation that her ice was good.
I guess.
That's going to go.
Whoa!
Ouch. It looked like she could see a lot of that rock, too.
Oh, so close, eh? So close.
Yeah, I don't think it was. She couldn't actually barb from my vantage point. She couldn't see much of that rock.
Oh, is that right?
No. So she really didn't even have to make a play on it. She's already sitting shot rock.
Worked out really well.
And she's leading on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It's a nice normal.
Yeah,
Should
yeah.
come up.
I didn't throw it too hard. Yeah, unless she was right behind. Then we have to be careful, right? Then I have to look at the
It's a nice normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and roll behind their red one.
Noisy right here.
Normal.
Curling.
You'll have to stay on this. It's curled right past it. That's unbelievable, eh?
Okay, so yours are tracking straight.
Oh dear.
Well,
I'm getting a little bit of curl. Mine should track pretty well.
Possible 3 coming up here for Team Shields, the York Curling Club.
Wow. I don't know. It's probably tight.
This one's all yours, guys. Yep.
Tough day at the office. Tough day at the office. So are we playing still? Yeah, I think. Yeah.
You're good. Clean up.
Yeah, we're 8-2.
Hard. Hard.
Actually, it's for 4.
I think I'm done. Don't you?
They're talking about whether they're going to continue or not here, Mary.
they get 4 there?
Yeah, I think. No, I'm.
So Shields' score is 4 points in this 5th end.
So
For a score now of 8-2.
And And they're calling it a day.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of this game this afternoon,
Okay, good luck.
with Shields defeating Bakewell by a score of 8-2. Please tune in at 4:30 this afternoon when we're going to be showing Kirk Lawson from the Cataraqui Golf and Country Club up against Tim Meadows from the Thornhill Club. Until then, on behalf of Barb, myself, and the entire TSL crew, we wish you a wonderful afternoon.